This mutation is called the Injustice League and is played on Rifts to Korhal. We have 3 mutators active. We have Hardened Will, we have Inspiration, and we have Heroes from the Storm. So let's have a look at the masteries. Not a level 90 Phoenix, so there will be some points missing, but we have 30 points, or 29 points into the Phoenix Energy Regeneration. 15-14 split into AI Attack Speed, AI Vitality. Then we have a 25-3 split into the Chrono Boost and Storing Supply Mastery. Now personally, I usually go for the AI Vitality over here, because Phoenix is playing with the Rage a Lot Administrator Prestige, so this one is the P2 Phoenix. I usually go for the AI Vitality because with the Avenging Protocol, you can actually max out on Kaldalis' attack speed. And we have Vorazun gone for 30 points into the Black Hole Duration, 30 points into Time Swap, Speed Increase Mastery, and then we have 30 points into the Spirit of Dune Energy Mastery. Vorazun is using the Spirit of Respite Prestige, which is P1 Vorazun, if I remember correctly. So let us talk about this mutator a little bit. This game is going to get really hairy very quickly. We have Heroes from the Storm, and then we have Inspiration and Hardened Will, which these two I tend to get myself mixed up with, but one of them increases the damage and the other... It increases the strength of companion units around the heroic unit, and one is the one that reduces the amount of damage that a heroic unit can take from Amon's forces, and this obviously does apply to the heroes as well. So the general strategy for this kind of game is you're going to have to try and remove all of Amon's forces from around those Amon heroes, and then you will need to clear out whatever's left of the Amon hero here. You can see Kaldalis is going to be popping out just in a little bit, and he's not going to have his Empowered Blades upgrade just yet. He is trying to rush that, that is not going to be enough, and you can see over here, Raynor already being a little bit annoying. Kaldalis is trying to just deal a little bit of extra damage over here. That shell actually taking a little bit of damage too, and that shell is going to be running away from all the little zealots over here, and Kaldalis is just going to go and attack this. And as soon as this Empowered Blades upgrade finishes, he is going to get really nasty, and Empowered Blades is almost done over there. Yeah, Empowered Blades is done now, and now Kaldalis is going to be able to take out the heroes over here. One thing to note about the Empowered Blades upgrade is that the cleave damage is dealt to all units, and it's compounded with base attack, so it just deals an insane amount of damage. So that is basically the upgrade that makes Kaldalis awesome. And yeah, so what I was talking about was the mastery allocations here. Usually I like to go for the AI Vitality when I play this. I was doing a little bit of calculations, and because Kaldalis is attack speed capped, if you are not aware of what I mean, you can check out the video I have on attack speed on this YouTube channel that explains it. But basically there's an animation limit, and there's an animation that actually limits Kaldalis' attack speed to a certain value. I think it's 0.78 attack speed, something like that. And I found that if you actually go for any mastery point into this attack speed, there is a chance that Kaldalis might actually be attack speed limited, and if you want to really take advantage of it, you usually go for the AI Vitality instead. It makes him a little bit tankier, and basically all you have to do is be a little bit inhumane with your legionnaires. And one thing that I was suggested as well is, take a bunch of zealot shells and send them in with Kaldalis, so Kaldalis gets the Avenging Protocol stacks, and then you have an absolute Rage a Lot there that'll be able to kill a lot of stuff. But yeah, that is one thing that you can actually utilize, and because all the Amon heroes are ground units, Kaldalis can make very quick work of them. In fact, I might actually be tempted to try P2 Phoenix, because nothing more fun than watching Rage a Lot just murder Amon's forces. So the other commander over here is Vorazun. Again, Vorazun is a great commander for this mutation. So we have Dehaka over here. Dehaka is going to pull Kaldalis in. You can see Kaldalis here is having absolutely no issues whatsoever. He's just going to lure in. And right now you can just look at the amount of damage his Empowered Blades does. Oh my god, that was just insane. He just sliced up Dehaka like a bunch of salami. It was like insane. But that is Kaldalis for you. Just absolutely insane unit over here. And yeah, the other commander, as I was saying, was Vorazun. So Vorazun, very good commander as well for doing this mutation. You have Black Hole, you have Stasis Swords from your Oracles, you can get the Stasis Calibration upgrade, you have Time Stop, you have Shadow Guards. Vorazun is just such an insanely powerful commander. Corsairs, pretty much everything that she has is crowd control and just works against Amon's forces. And if you really want to have a little bit of fun as well, this is one of the very few mutations where I would say, you know what, P2 Vorazun might also work. Like, P2 Vorazun allows you to stun heroic units with your Centurions, and this is pretty much the only time where you'd want to build Centurions. So you can use P2 Vorazun as well to stun lock him on heroes, which is again really entertaining. So you do have a few options over here. So Kaldalis is surrounded by a few shells over here, and I do not know if Kaldalis is going to be running in with all those shells, but he may want to keep a few behind as well. But yeah, one thing I think I casted the game previously, and someone had recommended that, you know, you throw in a few of Kaldalis' shells as well, and that'll just give him the Avenging Protocol stacks, and that will actually help him as well a little bit. But this way also works. You can see Kaldalis is going to be able to kill stuff out, and notice how the positioning of the shells here, this is the way I used to play before, which is basically just keep the shells near Kaldalis and let Kaldalis quickly reinforce, and he's going to have his Avenging Protocol stacks as well. But you can see it does get a little bit tricky as well when it comes to that. But Kaldalis is ready to go, and one of the reasons why is because this Avenging Protocol stacks don't last very long. This buff will disappear very quickly, and you can see over here we have a time stop, and now Kaldalis is just going to jump in, just quickly make short work of all those units over here. All those units are going to end up dying, and now Kaldalis is just going to jump in and just delete the rest of these units. Now, unfortunately, there is a High Templar over here that needs to die first, and now that Nova will end up dying, she is going to try a nuke, so Kaldalis is just going to move out of the way, wait for the nuke to come down. Nova does snipe Kaldalis, but Kaldalis is going to be back with a vengeance, and Karax is just going to get completely melted. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try P2 Phoenix for this one. It's so much fun watching the Rage Alive just murder Amon's forces. But yeah, there we go. Kaldalis is just going to make short work with the complete balance that he is, and now he's just going to run through and just make short work of all the other enemy units over here. He's just going to keep running in as well. And is there actually going to be any other talent? No, this is just going to be full Rage Alive here, which is very entertaining. By the way, this is the amount of damage dealt by AI champions, and because there are no other AI champions on the map, this is basically the amount of damage dealt by Kaldalis. So far, he has dealt more damage than some Rockstoppers will deal with pretty much any other unit in Random Cube. So, just to show you how insane Kaldalis will be. And now again, as you can see, he's just building up these Avenging Protocol stacks, and he's going to start running even faster. And then look at this weapon speed over here. So this weapon speed, as far as I'm concerned, I think is way past the cap. I think the maximum weapon speed that he can have, I think, is I want to say 0.78, but I'm not really sure now. I'm seeing that he's already hit 0.7, so he can't actually get any faster in terms of attack speed. Even though the number is dropping, like even though you're getting this reduction, he is going to have the same amount of DPS, so that was the thing I was talking about in terms of the attack speed. Just look how quickly he just clears all this stuff. So yeah, that High Templar is just going to quickly get deleted. Unfortunately, there are no anti-air, so this is going to be a bit of a problem. It's just to look at all those shells over here. So what I would do over here is I just take Kaldalis, and I'd group in a bunch of Legionnaires with him. So I'd add like maybe 5 or 6 Legionnaires and just send them into Amon's forces as well. So when those units die, Kaldalis gets those Avenging Protocol stacks, and he ends up doing pretty well for himself. So we have Corsairs over here by Vorazun. Vorazun just providing support for debuffs, using some very nice black hole over here. There is a Zeratul over here, so this is going to be a bit of an issue. There is a Zagara, and that Zagara is going to get caught in as well. All these units are going to end up getting sliced up as well. And now all that is left here. One thing you have to be aware with Zagara is that when Zagara drops the Roach drop, those Roaches are actually also viable units for preventing her from taking more than 10 damage, so Hardened will. So that makes Zagara a little bit trickier to deal with, but that is pretty much it. So there is there's a Zeratul over here, so there's no detection, so Kaldalis is unfortunately being a little bit harassed here. And there is Zeratul again, and you want to kind of keep Zeratul off those Legionnaire shells here. So a little bit of a delay there, but Kaldalis taking a lot of damage there from Zeratul. He's just running around here. Kaldalis is just trying to kite. He's waiting for the detection. Actually, Vorazun could just time stop over here and everything would just end up dying, but I think the idea is to utilize that a little bit later. Yeah, you can see Zeratul here being a little bit annoying. Finally, detection is on the way, and now Zeratul pretty much is going to start running away from Kaldalis. Nope, he's after something. I don't know what he's after. Oh, he's blinking in and out. He's being a little bit annoying over here, but there we go. Zeratul now has a 1v1 Kaldalis, and he is not going to stand a single chance. Look how quickly this guy's running. He's already at level 3 attack upgrade, so he's just going to go over here and just auto-attack everything dead. And you can see how just quickly he dies. Unfortunately, there is no anti-air, so this is going to be a little bit inhumane over here. And you can see some of the shells now getting caught out by the Void Ray. Fenix used as well here now to just take care of that one Void Ray, and Kaldalis is somewhat caught in the middle of the Legionnaire shells, which is also, I guess, okay, but there is now another attack wave on the way, and unfortunately Fenix has managed to aggro that one hybrid, so that is going to be a little bit of an issue. Vorazun is not getting her hands dirty. I think the intent is not to have Vorazun get involved in this little fight here, but Vorazun is just going to try and take out that one hybrid over here, and there's now another attack wave on the way, and Kaldalis is ready to go. So Kaldalis will jump into intercept, and there is a time stop over here, and this time stop is going to be more than adequate to allow Kaldalis to just quickly delete everything that he needs to delete. And he's just going to go end up clearing out all those units. There are a few High Templars on the back there, as well as an Archon. High Templar is going to get cleared, and now Kerrigan and Artanis have pretty much nothing that they can do to deal with this unit over here. There is an Apocalypse that Kerrigan is trying to utilize, but that is not going to be enough. Kaldalis back with a vengeance, and now he's going to start 1v1ing Kerrigan. And Kerrigan is going to get caught in the black hole, and finally Kaldalis is going to end up clearing this out. And see over here, like, it is actually pretty tricky. Like, Artanis really tanky unit, 4,000 vitality, being a little bit annoying, and he also has his resurgence passive. So you have to kill him very quickly in a certain amount of time, otherwise that passive is going to reset. That passive basically allows him to just reset his HP to full. He has full HP, full shields here. So Artanis being a little bit annoying over here. Vorazun trying to prevent Artanis from using his abilities, and eventually that Artanis is going to end up getting pulled away. Now, unfortunately, I think the Disruption Web is actually stopping Kaldalis from 1v1ing Artanis. So it was, I don't know whether it was a detriment to a Kaldalis or no, but like, because the Disruption Web prevents the AI from attacking, the AI will try and move out of the way, so you end up with having an AI just moving randomly, aimlessly over here. So Kaldalis is now going to try and jump into this attack wave, so that should not be too bad. And now Kaldalis is going to be pushing it again. Now these Corsairs now are just going to be able to deal with some of the air units, just helping Kaldalis along the way. Kaldalis has dealt a total of 91,000 damage, by the way, just pointing this out. This seems to have no sign of stopping right now. There's another Dark Templar over there, but Dark Templar apparently is not going to be dealt with. Kaldalis is ready to increase this amount of damage by another 20,000. So he's going to get ready to engage the attack wave. Attack wave is on the way. Vorazun will probably drop a very nice black hole over there, and Kaldalis is just going to randomly cut through these Colossi. And all those units now have just instantly been melted. Unfortunately, there is another nuke coming out and an Apocalypse there. So nuke and Apocalypse both go down. And there are a few snipes on Kaldalis as well. Another black hole coming up over here. And Kerrigan, Nova, and Tychus were caught in that black hole. So Kaldalis is going to end up taking out Kerrigan. And now Nova over here just sniping out the Corsairs. Nova having absolutely no interest in dealing with Kaldalis. He's like, eh, whatever. But finally, Nova does end up going down. 106,000 damage so far dealt by Kaldalis. This thing, I think, might hit 150,000, 160,000 damage by the end of the game. But let's see how much damage actually Kaldalis ends up doing. Remember, the Vorazun here is just providing the support for the calldowns and using a few Corsairs to deal with the air units that Kaldalis cannot deal. This is going to be essentially Kaldalis trying to take out the Slivers all the way by himself. He's going to be jumping in now, and he's going to start hacking and slashing everything through. And yeah, this one is going to be a little bit of a problem. There is a hybrid over here, and the hybrid will be limited in terms of damage it can take. But Kaldalis is now back with a vengeance, and ends up cutting through all those units over here. And remember that these hybrids are not going to be able to take as much damage from Kaldalis, because there's still some more air units here that are preventing Kaldalis from dealing a full amount of damage to these hybrids. But Kaldalis is going to start focusing down this Void Shard, and you just see how quickly this Void Shard ends up going down through the one Regilat solo over here. Could be jumping in. Those hybrids are actually really annoying for Kaldalis. He needs to try and deal with them. And I think the best way is just take out those air units, and that will allow those things to melt. But I think Kaldalis is not interested in that. He's just going to try and focus this down, which I guess is another way of dealing with it. If you want to be a little bit inhumane to the Regilant, but that is fine as well. Now Kaldalis has noticed that. And yeah, you see what happens. Like, as soon as the hybrid loses the buff, look how quickly the hybrid just melts. Like, the second they lose the Hardened Will buff, Kaldalis is just gonna cut through them like a hot knife through butter. And there is pretty much all that is left, and there's another Kaldalis on the way as well. Now, what do we have here? We have one Kaldalis, and we have some more shells being warped in as well. So there's gonna be an adequate number of shells over here. And Kaldalis now, unfortunately, being body blocked by the hybrid. He is unfortunately very, very stuck over there, and the Void Ray dealing a lot of damage as well. You can see here, this hybrid not really taking a lot of damage from Kaldalis because of that one random Void Ray over here. And now there's another attack wave in this spot, and Kaldalis needs to go try and deal with this. All those shells are actually right in the middle of the way. They need to move out of the way here and let Kaldalis do his job, but there's a very nice black hole here to try and trap the rest of these units. These shells wanting to join in on the fight as well, but now Kaldalis is going to end up wiping out the rest of these units. Just see how quickly they're able to melt. There's another Zeratul over here, blinking back and forth, being in general very annoying, as Zeratul normally is. Just blink, blink, and eventually Zeratul gets wiped out as well. 142,000 damage dealt by Kaldalis so far, and Kaldalis needs to go and push in. There's only 3 minutes left on that Void Shard activation, so Kaldalis will need to hurry up a little bit. So many Corsairs. Vorazun has gone for a full Corsair army here, and Kaldalis needs to be moving in. And yeah, you can see just a little bit of a pathing. And he might actually aggro the pylon, but he's gone for the Void Shard instead. That Void Shard will end up getting killed off. And a little bit of help as well from Vorazun's Corsairs. And now Vorazun wants to try and deal with this, but this shard as well is going to end up going down very, very quickly. And those are those Void Shards cleared. Hybrid also ends up falling to Kaldalis. Kaldalis is wiping out the rest. There are a few probes over there. They're like, no, don't shoot me. Don't stab me. And now the rest of these shells are going to be making their way to the last set of Void Shards. And these commanders will actually have to hurry up. There's very little bit of time left on the Void Shard activation because this other area, this other base took a while to get through. There's going to be another attack that will be coming up also soon. So Kaldalis is just slowly going to start poking in, clear out whatever is there. A few Zealots jumping in, just instantly realizing that a bunch of Zealots versus Kaldalis is not a good idea. So this is going to be a bit of an issue for these Zealots. So let us see what is going to be happening over here. Kaldalis pushes in, and he is going to end up wiping out these Immortals. And there are a few... there are a few hybrids over here. One hybrid, I think, did end up getting wiped. So there's just one last hybrid over here. Unfortunately, that Void Ray... Oh, there was a hybrid. Unfortunately, those Void Rays are actually making that hybrid pretty much immune to Kaldalis, which is somewhat problematic. Now there is nothing there to defend it, I don't think. Yeah, the Archon is gone now. And now Kaldalis will be able to wipe out whatever is there. So Kaldalis can start to slowly push in and weaken these enemy forces, but there is an attack wave on the way here, and these commanders do want to engage that, and I do not know what heroes are there in that. If you want to know the hero order, because at some point it does get randomized, Starcraft2Co-op's Mutator page will give you all the information that you need. Very nice black hole. There is a nuke here and some storms, and Kaldalis needs to make quick work of the rest of these units so he can actually start working way over here on some of these heroes. So there's another black hole over here. Dehaka being a little bit annoying as well. Nova just sniping away at all these things. Yeah, there are a lot of heroes here right now. Kaldalis has his work cut out for him, and just look at that. Look at the amount of damage like he's dealing. Like, inside the black hole, he just like tears them down so quickly, and like everything's just dead. Is there? Oh, there's one random Raynor over here as well. That Raynor is going to end up not very happy when he realizes that Kaldalis is pretty mad with him right now. And yeah, 180,000 damage dealt so well. Yeah, this is gonna hit 200,000 damage easy with Kaldalis, assuming the shells and Vorazun don't really get involved in dealing with a bunch of this other stuff. There's also a time stop available for Vorazun if Vorazun needs. Yeah, there's gonna be a time stop over here. Kaldalis is just gonna go through and he's gonna try and snipe these Void Shards, which I don't know would be... Like, he's going to take out one, maybe two Void Shards here. Vorazun is trying to attack these things as well. There are a lot of heroic units here, but, yeah, okay, so those are two Void Shards down already, and Vorazun just going to... Yeah, they're done. They had their fun, so this might not hit 200,000 damage, pretty much almost certain that it's not going to hit 200,000 damage. Those are all the Void Shards done, and the Rage-A-Lot dealing a final total of 187,000 damage, and that is GG.